Alright, thank you so much for watching these videos. My name is Kamia Simon. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. Alright, so without wasting time, we're going to continue, and today we are installing now Vue Js into our LARAVEL project. So I already have a LARAVEL project, which is here. I've called it Penny Mini. Okay, and then I'm going to install Vue Js now. For you to install Vue Js into a LARAVEL project, the first thing you need to run is make sure that you've installed the UI. So what you do, you write here composer, okay, require LARAVEL UI. Now after then, for example, I'm already at the LARAVEL website, okay. So and to get to the LARAVEL website, all I needed to do is type LARAVEL, get to LARAVEL UI. So I'm on the LARAVEL documentation, and then I'm going, after installing the UI with Composer, so I'm going to install now the auth with Vue, okay. So PHP artisan Vue Vue auth. All right, so that's what we need to do. So I'm going to come here to my bash terminal, and then I paste that. So you can see I'm already browsing into that folder, Penny Mini, where my project is, and all I have to do is press enter and it will install. So Vue has been successfully installed, as it is indicating, but they are asking me to run npm install and npm run dev to compile my fresh project. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come here, okay, and start the server for this, and then we see what we have. Then I run, and I'll stop it, and then I run npm install. All right, so I'm going to come and run php artisan server, php artisan server to start the LARAVEL server. All right, so if I come and refresh here, okay, localhost 8000. Localhost 8000 is what I'm being given here. So when I press enter, I should be able to see a fresh LARAVEL project as is here. All right, so by default it has Bootstrap, no worries, and I'm going to show you how to also use the minified versions of Bootstrap. That is very important because you need to know which is the latest version of Bootstrap in comparison with the LARAVEL project that you're running. All right, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to install now the UI. Okay, so I'm going to come to the document here, and then I'll stop the server by pressing Ctrl+C. So the server stopped, then I paste, and then I press enter so that it installed. Okay, I've already installed the UI. Okay, no, I'm going to run, so I'll have to press no for all these because it wanted to replace. My bad. So I'm going to run npm install so that it installs Vue Js for us. So it is npm install. So it's going to be installing Vue Js for us, okay? Everything that we need to run Vue Js, just like we did in our previous videos when we were running this with the CLI. So the reason I'm using LARAVEL is because I don't want to go through into the whole back-end thing of creating an API, then call this. Maybe I could be using Node.js or something. I want that to be left with you so that our focus is on to how to handle the project with Vue.js. Okay? So let's let it install and then we'll resume. All right, so we are done installing Vue.js. So let me run code so that I start git bash, and then you see what we have. Sorry, so I've run code to start Visual Studio, so I'll close the old project. So here is our LARAVEL Vue Js project, and when I come to resources, and then I check under JS, here we are, we have our LARAVEL. So we have app.js, okay, we're going to see what to do. But if I check app.js, here is our app where we export our app. Now, unfortunately, it is running on Vue Js 2, okay, but no worries, we're going to be seeing that. And then Bootstrap is installed for me, but I'll be using Bootstrap Vue. Okay, so here is bootstrap.js. Okay, I'll be using Bootstrap Vue, and then also Axios is installed for me automatically, and here are my components. All right, so let me here is my first component example, and if I go to LARAVEL, okay, let me start the terminal from here. I'll run a terminal here, and then I run here. I'm going to be running a different, so let me run it from here. PHP artisan serve, PHP artisan serve. Then I press enter, and it will start the LARAVEL server from me on localhost 8000, just like we've been doing here. All right, so if I come back to LARAVEL, then I go into views and I look for welcome. Okay, so what we have here is what I have here. Let me put this side by side. So what we have here is what I have here. Okay, all right, so if I save, come back here and refresh. Okay, it is empty. So let me just create a div, because I've removed that. So let me just create a div. I'll minimize this. Then I have this on the side. So let me just create a div. And then inside that div, I give it an h1 of my name. And then I save. If I refresh here, okay, there it is, which means this is our LARAVEL UI. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give this div an ID of app, just like we've been doing. Great. So I'm just going to give the div an ID of app, just like we've been doing. That's all. Okay, so I need to import the script. So when we go to our app.js, okay, when I scroll, you can see that we are rendering to app as the ID, which means I can, by the way, I can change this. For example, let me call this maybe mini. Okay, so which means this ID here should be also mini, and that won't bring any challenge. So I do have app.js, okay, and then app.js, okay, is pushing and rendering each of these to down here webpack mix. So webpack, okay, is getting everything that is from resources, just like our JavaScript resources, JS, and then taking from app.js and then pushing it to public. Okay, so let me look for public. So pushing it to public JS, and then in public JS, okay, it will create an app.js. All right, so when I click on this app.js, now this app.js, for example, let me delete this public.js. No worries. So the whole project, even when I render, okay, is going to be useless. Now, for me to be able to render this, okay, I'm going to call, now even if I refresh here, there's nothing that will happen because I need to call our script just like we did in the previous JavaScript. So I'll call the script, okay, and inside this script, I'll look for a source, which is src, which will equal now, in Laravel, we have what we call blade. In Laravel, we have what we call blade, and then I'll do this blade syntax, and then of course, they must be in quotes, like this, and then I'll call in our stroke JS, stroke app.js. Now, this app.js is not present for the moment. All right, so let me refresh. All right, this error is because I'm missing a single quote here. So let me refresh. I need to save. So let me refresh. There we are. It is loading, but nothing is displaying from our component. Where is the components? From our example component. Here is the example component. Now, nothing is displaying. Now, for me to load this component, okay, because it is already rendered here in app.js, here it is the example component, okay. So I can even change this name, but it will be loading from the example component. So let me change this name to YouTube, just like we've been doing. So let this component be called YouTube, okay. So when I come to our welcome.blade here, I'm going to be calling in a component called YouTube. YouTube. Just like that, I can stroke it there, and then I save. Okay, so when I refresh here, I expect to see something, and nothing is coming. Now, I need to compile. It is looking for app.js, okay? So I need to compile this app.js from our, it's supposed to be in our public, and then JS, then app.js. So the first thing I need to do, I need to do npm run dev. All right, so I press enter. So when I press enter, in any case, if you receive an error like this one, okay, take for example, you've been already using for example, we upgraded our Node.js to Node.js 16.6.1, yet I was using 16.4, okay? So what we need to do, the solution to this, you need to update your npm. So we can come and run npm update, okay, like this. So I'll run npm update, okay, and then I press enter, and then it will update all my packages. All right, so after updating my packages, then I can come, instead of running npm update, I'll run npm dev again, okay. This time around, it's going to go ahead and compile for me. So let's load here. All right, so it has compiled the JavaScript file, and here it is now, and it is letting me know that Laravel mix is running. So here is app.js. Now, whatever is contained in app.js here, okay, whatever is contained here is what is being rendered to us here. So if I refresh here, you can see that I have my component. So which means I can come back to so let me take off this, and I go to this component, the YouTube component now, example component, and I change this here, and I say maybe welcome to Kamya Simon, my name, Kamya Simon, my name, and then I'm going to put it in an h1 tag, h1, just like that. And then I save. If I come back and refresh, okay, so I need to run the dev again. Now, instead of running the dev again, I'm going to start another terminal, and I run npm run watch. This will always watch for the changes and then update, okay, for whatever changes that I run. So instead of running npm run dev again, npm run watch will be able to see the changes, and then every time I come, I just need to refresh. So which means this time around, let me welcome to maybe crank lugger, and then I save. It's going to run the watch, and then all I need to do is refresh here, okay, and then you can see it has updated that. So I didn't need to update that.